Hey everyone, my name's Christy. Welcome to my corner. Thank you all so much for joining me today for my unboxing video of the Earthues natural dye kit that I got from the Woolery.com. I'm really excited about this kit, not only because I think it will be really fun to play around with these natural dyes, but also because as a historian, I am really interested in creating objects that are closer to the historical originals. And I'll talk about that in a bit, but I'm really excited to make more historically accurate embroideries or reproduction embroideries of past pieces. But before we get into that, I first want to welcome all of my new subscribers. Thank you all so much for joining me on my crafting adventures. I'm happy to have you hang out with me, and I look forward to meeting you more in the comments. Those of you who have stuck with me the past, 3.5 months, it's great to have you back. Thanks for checking in and stopping by and seeing what I'm doing. I really love chatting with you in the comments and interacting with you on all different media. So it's really great to see you every week come back and, hang out with me, basically. If you're watching this video and you're not subscribed, this is a channel about embroidery and other textile crafts like needle felting and baking and history, and the history of those different textile crafts and baking. And if that is something that you are interested in, I'd love to have you subscribe to my channel and, hang out. If you want to see my progress on my different pieces, embroidery pieces or baking or whatever, or my dog, because he's adorable, you can check me out on Instagram at Dr_Christy, and I'll put that down below. But that's not why you're here. You are here to see this monster of a natural dyeing kit. The official name on the Woolery site for this is the Earthues Natural Dye Extract Kit Color Collection. And this is the big Mamba Jamba. This is the big one. It retails for $169. And I know that's a lot of money, but I got this because it has literally everything I need to dye in the ways that I want to dye, minus the pots, the water, and the heat, and the fiber, right? I have to get those 4 things, but everything else is in here. And I'll unbox it and go through everything that's in here. But that's why I got this kit, because I don't know what I'm doing. And I need someone to tell me what to do and to give me the materials that I need to do it, because I don't have any of those. Full disclosure, I have unboxed and inventoried everything in this box because when the shipping box got to me, it was completely opened, meaning someone at the post office had opened up the entire thing. I'm assuming because there are acids and stuff in it. They wanted to check it out. That's the only thing I can say, because everything is in there. No one took anything, but I do know exactly what's in here, and I did read the instruction booklet. So you might be wondering what I mean by historical reproductions and why I got this kit. Those of you who have been hanging out with me for a while probably recognize this piece, and it hangs up behind me all the time. This is a reproduction of the death of King Harold from the Bayeux Tapestry, and I'll put a link to my floss tube. I think it's floss tube number 2 or 3, where I talk a lot about the Bayeux Tapestry, how it was made, what it depicts. But basically, this is a reproduction, about a half-size reproduction of the Bayeux Tapestry, of an image from the Bayeux Tapestry, which was an embroidery that was made in France in around 1070, 1075. And this embroidery was made to commemorate the conquest of England by the Norman Duke, William of Normandy, who is later known as William the Conqueror. And this scene here is the death of King Harold Godwinson, who was the king of England, who was conquered by William. And so it says, Harold Rex, King Harold interfectus est, has died. That's what that means. And he died, according to this, with an arrow through the eye. So this is my favorite scene, and I've done this a couple times, maybe 3 times. I did it, I think I've done it, this one was for me, and I think I've done it for 2 friends. And then I also did another scene, another very small scene that is right below this scene of a tiny little man pulling armor off of a dead body, which I send off to Stitcher Trish, who is a friend floss tuber. If you haven't seen her channel, check her out. I'll put her information below as well. The original Bayeux Tapestry was embroidered on linen in wool, and the dyes that were used on that Bayeux Tapestry were woad, Weld or Dyer's Rocket, and Madder. And the Woad is for all of the grays and the blues. The Madder is for all of the reds and the browns. And the Weld or Dyer's Rocket is all of the golds. So my hope is to create more historically accurate versions of this piece in particular. Not just this scene, but the Bayeux Tapestry in particular. I want to do that by using wool, and I've purchased some wool. Here is some kind of thicker wool up here that I have, and then I have some wool embroidery floss coming, and then there's another kind of wool I want to try as well. But basically, I just want to play around and make better historical reproductions. And I hope that at some point I may be able to offer kits for other people to play around with historical reproductions of the Bayeux Tapestry in particular. Now, this kit that I got has Madder and Weld in it. It did not have Woad. I had to purchase that separately. That's why I first decided I wanted to play around with natural dyes, is for the Bayeux Tapestry. But the kit that I got has all sorts of different materials in it for all sorts of different colors. So I'm hoping to expand this into more than just Bayeux Tapestry and just kind of play around with these different colors and see what I can come up with. So without further ado, let's pop into that box. Now, first of all, there is an instruction booklet. And the thing I like about this instruction booklet is it has a full color swatch on the inside of most of, but not all of, the dyes that are in this kit. As I pull out the extracts, if they are on this, I will point them out to you. Otherwise, I will just read the description of the product at the end. So you'll either get a visual and an audio or just an audio. Let's start with Madder. So first is Madder, and Madder is the orangey red of the Bayeux Tapestry. So this is one of the reasons I got this kit. And you can see the Madder right here. It's a little bit more orange for you. That's a little bit better. There we go. So it's an orangey red, which I think you can see. I'll put a picture up of the original Bayeux Tapestry here, and I think you can see that it's kind of a rust colored red. And I think for this I used Color and Cotton Mulberry is what I used for this piece. So it is definitely a rusty kind of an orangey red. And Madder comes from the Middle East and India, and it comes in root form. And you can actually buy the root form as well. I'm not sure if you can get it on Woolery.com, but you can get it other places. You can get it in its root form. And it goes from orange to brick red, according to this. So that's Madder, and that is a main one I'm going to use for my Bayeux Tapestries. Here we have Coch. Coch is not in this color chart, but it is a brown color. It is caramel to coffee brown, and it comes from the wood of an acacia tree. So that is Coch. Here we have Weld or Dyer's Rocket, and this, so it is cake, it's caked. I don't think it's supposed to be, but this was a complaint on the website, so I'm hoping that it still works. Weld is the yellows. It is not in this color chart. It is a flower and it does lots of yellows, and you basically can boil the leaves and the flower of this to get your color. And it you can also buy whole Weld flowers or Dyer's Rocket in the United States. Apparently it grows really well in North America, but it's originally from Eurasia. Here we have Cochineal. I always say Cochineal. I don't know if that's correct. Cochineal. But this is the normal natural red extract or natural red coloring that comes from the beetles. And it is a pretty true red. And so you can see it here on this far side. It's a pretty true red, and apparently if you mix Cochineal and Madder, you get like the ultimate in true reds. And it's used in a lot of naturally colored foods. It's used in a lot of natural food coloring. So it is a very common coloring agent. This comes from insects, so this is not vegan or vegetarian, just so you know. But this is for reds, like rose reds. Here we have Logwood Purple. And it really is a very nice purple color right here in the middle. And if you look on this color chart, there's Logwood purple and then also Logwood gray. So apparently if you add iron to the Logwood dye, it grays it out. I did receive some irons that I can do those colors as well. And Logwood is from Mexico, Central America, and northern South America. And it is from a tree, and this is taken from the heartwood of the tree. We have pomegranate, which is not on this color chart, but it dyes gold to khaki. So it does golds and light browns, which is kind of surprising. But this is from the rind of the fruit. And pomegranates are from North Africa, Middle East, and the Mediterranean area. So we have indigo, and indigo is really interesting because it is really specialized, and I'm a little bit nervous to play around with indigo, but I shouldn't be because, I mean, what's the worst that'll happen? I'll waste some indigo, right? I mean, it won't work. That's the worst that'll happen, is it won't work. But indigo is obviously blue here, like a dark kind of denim-y blue. There's no information about indigo in this, so I'm assuming it comes from a plant. The indigo plant, I'm assuming. I don't know how to pronounce this, but it's Quebracho Red, Quebracho. There you go. And that makes a very orange color right here. Pale yellow, green, and peach pink is what this says here. And it is, the tree is the Quebracho tree, and it's ironwood. And it's from the Paraguay River. Apparently the entire tree is used for this extract. And then finally, it looks like our last dye is Osage Orange, which is right here in this kind of yellow. And it does bright yellow. There are dyes that are described in here that are not included in the kit, but I have all the dyes that are in the kit. So those are all the dyes that were included in the kit. And then I also purchased Woad powder, which is the blue that I want to use for my Bayeux Tapestry. So those are all of the dye colors that are included in the box, and then the woad that I purchased in addition to this box. But there are other things like mordants and fixers and thickeners and color changers that are also included in this box that I want to talk about real quick. So first of all, they give you a little baggie with a mask so you don't breathe in the powdered chemicals, pH strips, and gloves. You have citric acid. Citric acid is a color shifter. Thiourea dioxide. I don't know if you can see that, which is the reducing agent for indigo. Indigo is a really complicated process, so I think that will probably be one of my later attempts. Hide glue. This is also part of the indigo process, and it protects protein fibers for an indigo bath. Cream of tartar is a color shifter for the cochineal. So that's what the cream of tartar is for. Calcium carbonate is the madder color shifter. So that'll be fun to play around with. Iron, which I've already mentioned, I think is a color shifter for several different dyes, not just for the logwood. Sodium hydroxide lye dissolves indigo powder. So this is important for the indigo bath. Or vat, the indigo vat. Gum tragacanth. I'm sure I'm not pronouncing these correctly. This is a thickener for painting dyes if you want to paint on your fabric. Soda ash. Soda ash increases the pH, which I think is important for either shifting colors or the steadfastness of colors. There's scour, which is a cellulose fiber washing liquid. So this is for my cottons. Aluminum acetate is a cellulose mordant, and aluminum potassium sulfate is a protein fiber mordant. So those are all the things that are in the box that I got. It's a lot of stuff, and like I said, it's going to last me a really long time because I will only be dyeing things in small batches, but I'm going to do that on camera and play around with it on camera. I'm going to try to take really good notes so that I can reproduce different colors and perhaps have my own swatch booklet. You know, like when I dye something, write down exactly what I did, cut off a piece of it, tape it to a little booklet, and that will be my record of my dyeing process. I'll also film it with you guys if you are all interested in seeing me do it. I have pots in the mail coming to me. I only bought small little pots because I'm just doing small little dye vats. And I'm hoping to make some really fun reproductions, so you can have that to look forward to if this is something you look forward to. But that is going to be happening in the next couple months, and I'm really excited to play around with these different dyes. So that is it for the Earthues Natural Dye Extract Kit, the color collection from Woolery.com. I'll put the link to that down below. And like I said, it retails for $169, but there are smaller kits that have fewer colors and have less kind of extra stuff. If you're just interested in doing indigo dyeing, they have a whole kit just of indigo dyeing. So Woolery.com has some really great kits. And there are other places that sell them, and I may kind of explore maybe using actual like weld flowers and actual madder root, which would of course be more historically accurate. But I think in the beginning, when I just start dyeing, I need to, I don't know, I just need to follow the directions, honestly. I just need to follow the directions and do some experiments and see what I come up with. And once I'm really good at following directions and using the extracts, then I may explore more of the unprocessed or less processed versions of these different dyes. So thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed seeing what's in this box and listening to me talk about my plans with this dye. I will be playing around with these and taking you along for the journey, so you have that to look forward to if that's the kind of thing you look forward to. And if you want to see this journey and you're not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you subscribe and hang out with me. I think the next couple months will be really fun and exciting in my natural dyeing extravaganza. So I think that's it for this Tuesday video, and I will see you on Friday for my regular floss tube video. I have some really exciting progress on some of my pieces, so I look forward to showing you that. But with all that being said, thank you all so much for watching. Please take good care of yourselves and have a good one.